Hello friends, welcome to another video. In this video we'll be discussing about sets. So basically what are sets? So let me say sets are a data type which doesn't have any kind of order or index. So in sets we don't have indexing. That's so because I'll be discussing it. Just stay with me. Now let me say these are denoted with curly braces. Now if I'm writing numbers over here, alright, so I have written some random integers. So when I print this out, you see that the numbers have automatically aligned themselves in an ascending order. Let me give you another example. Now let's have a look. The numbers have automatically assigned themselves in an ascending order. So that's the reason we don't have indexing in sets. So as we don't have indexing, we cannot access sets, individual sets, because there is no particular order. In whatever order I provide them, they'll be aligning themselves in an ascending order. That is like major thing about sets. Now let me say you about a very important point about sets, that it doesn't contain duplicate elements. Unlike list, which we have discussed in our previous class, list can contain duplicate elements, and list also have indexing and they are ordered. That's completely opposite in case of sets, because sets doesn't contain any duplicate elements. So let us take over here like 1 comma 2 2 and 3 1 2 3. So when I just print this out, I'll be getting output as 1 2 3. So even though if I provide duplicate elements over here, so I've provided 2 multiple times, 1 2 and 3, I've provided 2 3 times, but when I just print this out, I'll be getting it as only 1 time. So sets cannot contain duplicate elements. Now the very first doubt you get is that what if we are dealing with strings? So let us discuss sets with strings. So let me just say hi equals to a set. In that I'll be just writing hi, hello, how, good. All right, have a look over here guys. So when I just printed this out, the list, I mean the order is completely changed. In case of numbers, we can say okay, the numbers have aligned themselves in an ascending order, but in case while we are dealing with strings, then what happened? That is the doubt you get. So for that doubt, I have an answer called ASCII, that is American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Now that is like the numbers assigned to each and every character. So based on that, the strings get aligned themselves. For example, to know the ASCII number, what I need to do is simply I need to use ORD function, order function. In that I need to provide a string, I mean a character. For example, if I provided A, then I get the output as 65. So this is the ASCII number. So based on this number, the strings align themselves in sets. Now let us see what is the number for H, and that is 104, and for G 103. So as the value of G is less, so it has come to the first place. Now we have same letters H over here. In that case, what Python does is that it goes to the second letter. So let me see what is the value of I over here. It's 105, and E is 101 and O is 111. So in that case, E is the lesser value. So we'll be getting hello as our second string, and similarly goes with others. So this is how the sets will be dealing with strings, and they'll be aligning according to American Standard Code for information interchange. Set does not contain duplicate elements. It can contain mixed data types. It can be 1.5, hello, and all that. You can basically experiment with all these things. So sets cannot contain a list in them, and it cannot contain dictionaries in them, but it can however contain a tuple. So we can just provide a tuple inside a set. That doesn't give us error, but if we if we just provide a list, that will throw us errors. So basically just get your hand dirty with this and experiment this out. So we'll be just getting more confident about that. Now we have certain methods like list, to add, to remove, to something do like that. We have some methods for sets as well. So let us discuss some methods. Now let me just create another set of integers as our new list. When I just print this out, I'll be getting it. Okay, now what if I want to add another integer? So we can use add method over here. I can just write add 9, x dot add 9. So that will be adding 9 to our set. So add is a method we'll be using in sets to add a number or to add a string. I can even add a string. Hi. Yeah. All right. Now what if we want to add a bunch of integers to a set or a bunch of strings? So in that case, we'll be using a method called as update. In update, either I can provide a list, so yeah, we have successfully added this to our set. So either I can provide here a list or a tuple as well. So that doesn't make any difference. So we can use a list or a tuple as an argument for our update method. Now this is how we'll be adding a bunch of integers. Now what if I want to remove anything? So I'll be using a remove method. Remove 11. Sorry, I'll be just giving it 11 over here. So when I just print this out, so level is removed. Now this is how we'll be using remove method. So we have another method called as discard. Discard 1. So even this will be removing the integer 1 from the list. So basically the very first thing you get in your mind is what is the difference between remove method and discard method. So okay friends, I'll be just helping you out with that. What is the major difference is that when I'll be using a remove method, for example, I don't have here 55. I don't have an integer called as 55 in this particular set. So when I just write 55 over here, so what I get is an error because I don't have 55 in my set. But when I use discard, if there is no integer 55, even though we'll not get an error and our list is unaffected. So in order to avoid errors, we can use discard. So discard doesn't throw any errors while a remove does. Now that is a major difference between both of them. Now we have pop method here as well. So pop just basically removes a random integer from the set. Yeah, the 2 got removed. So yeah, the pop method removes any character randomly. Now we have clear, which you might be aware of. It clears off the list, I mean the set. If I just provide x dot clear, this will be clearing all our values and we'll be getting an empty set. So this is what we'll be using clear for. Now we have another bunch of important methods that we use in lists, that are union, intersection, difference, and symmetric difference. Now let me just write here another list, another set 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, so what is union? Union is basically combination of these two sets. If I am saying a dot union, in that union method I will be providing argument as b. So what I'm doing here is that I am just combining this a and b and making them as one set. So basically you'll be getting the combination of that. That is what union means, uniting both the sets. Whereas intersection, a dot intersection b sorry, so intersection will be providing us with the common elements. Let me just update over here. Let me write 5, 6. So we have 5 and 6 in common between a and b, so we'll be getting a intersection. Let me just run this. All right, so we'll be getting the output as 5, 6. So basically intersection just gives us the common elements between the set A and the set B. This doesn't change if I just write B over here and A over here, because the common elements remain same. All right, now another method we have is difference method. So this is a dot diff difference b. Now what does this do? What is the difference method? Now when I'll be providing the difference method, so what does this do? It basically just removes the common elements from a and b, that is 5 and 6, and returns us the remaining elements of a. For example, we have provided we have a here as this, and we have common elements as 5 and 6. So 5 and 6 are removed, and we'll be getting the remaining integers of the list a. Now when I just change here b, and instead of here b, if I write a, now what I'll be getting? I'll be getting 7 and 80, because the common elements are removed, and the remaining elements of b, because we have written b here, so we'll be getting the remaining elements of b. So let me just do this. Yeah, we got 7 and 80. So that is how we'll be using difference method in sets. Now we have symmetric difference. What is symmetric difference? So we have understood what are union, intersection, and difference. Now when we provide with the symmetric difference method, we'll be getting the common elements, that is 5 and 6, are removed from both the sets, and remaining elements of the set A and the set B will be getting as an output. Just make a point that in difference will be just getting the elements of either A or B, whatever we provide first over here. So if I'm providing A, so I'll be just getting the elements of A. I'll not get the elements of B. Whereas in symmetric difference, I'll be getting the elements of A and B as well, and the common elements, that is the intersection, will be removed, that is 5 and 6. So you can have a look over here. So we'll be getting 1 2 3 4 and 7 and 80. So that is what is our output. Now this is all about sets. So we have learned what are sets and how we use sets, various methods and various methods we use in sets. So the now, as a beginner, even I had a doubt. So where we'll be using sets? Where? So that might be the doubt you have right now. So let me say that we'll be using extensively sets to remove duplicate elements from list. In order to remove a duplicate elements from list, we'll be using sets, and in order to perform some union or intersection, this kind of operations also we'll be using sets. So that is how we'll be using sets. Alright guys, so let me just give you an example. Let's say x equals to a list. So as we can see, there are like duplicate elements. There are a lot of duplicate elements. So I need to remove these duplicate elements from this list. So what I do is that I just pass this as an argument for this set function. Now what is this set function? So this set function is a function that converts whatever we are providing here as an argument to a set. So basically this list got converted into a set. As we know, inside we don't have any duplicate elements, so I'm able to filter out the duplicate elements from a list, and here I get the output with no duplicate elements. So that is how majorly we'll be using sets in order to remove duplicate elements from list.
If you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe and share this video. Thank you very much.